this thing on? Does it say recording?
We'll do it
swear to
live.
God if this thing isn't on. Damn it, fridge. I understand.
Dude, your fridge is entitled as shit.
I know. It's a fucking drum bits. Okay, butter's another thing that we need when we cook. So we'll have the butter out.
I'm ready to eat.
You better be ready to eat.
And it's not fucking close yet. Hey, does that soy sauce on the top say soy vey?
This one? Yeah.
Close the door.
That's the same as there. The same one. So thank you for visiting my Cocina Bistro. Today we'll be trying my meat. If you're here, that means you've either had it or want to try it. So let's get into it.
Dude, first of all, I'm very excited about what you're touching over there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Also, it's Christmas, and I think in the spirit of Christmas, we go for some breakfast wine.
Say no more, my friend. Say no more. We have many different wines here. Really just 4, but our favorite.
4 is many, dude.
We have our plum wine. Do you want to have that? I have some Merlots. I have Bailey's.
I say let's stick with the Bailey's isn't wine, but let's go with the plum wine.
Plum wine it is.
Is it Bailey's wine?
No, it's just like the chocolate syrup that they serve you.
You know.
Brian, would you like a glass?
That's a hard pass.
Hard pass. It's only 9:44 in the morning. Why not?
This guy asked for beer and he doesn't want to drink wine.
So go ahead and get into it.
I'm gonna get into it. Hey, pretty soon they should be sending us bottles of this, right? This is 2 episodes in a row. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I think if we hit 3, that's like the threshold, and then they have to.
Shots of vodka.
Then go. I'm gonna get soccer mom drunk, you know. I literally just made that up. All right, we're about to kill this. Are we about to kill this?
Sure. Fuck it. Why not? All right. So my meat here is consisted of it's an old-fashioned recipe made myself over time. It's basically just teriyaki sauce and rosemary. I usually have rosemary and thyme, which are the name of my 2 favorite strippers. But this rosemary here allows it, once you get it all marinated, to kind of take down like the vinegar, I guess it's like a really heavy vinegar smell or taste to it.
Right.
So you mix it together, and you want to make sure that it stays marinated for a little while. Ooh, you know what?
Cheers.
Cheers. Damn.
Also,
It's never too early, Brian.
give that puppy one more
It's never too
slap.
early.
One more slap.
Like fucking.
All right, love it.
You want to cut off all the fat. I mean,
You sure do.
I believe me, I like them thick. I like the fat on there, but
Yeah, but fat isn't thick.
yeah, and
Fat
then
is fat.
honestly, it also get into it also fuck up when you're cooking.
The fat?
Yeah, you don't want it. Yeah, I feel so embarrassed. I have the wrong knife. When you have too much fat on it and then you throw it on the pan, the fat will burn a lot faster, so
Right.
it look like it's like charred.
But it's not. It's just
But
fat.
it's just the fat, and then it also doesn't allow you to get like a good cook through.
Sounds sciencey, dude.
It is. I don't want to toot my own horn, but
I'm a minor scientist. Got a
a
minor
little
in
bit.
cooking.
You see, and then you see that fresh right there.
Hey,
that
stop
was-
doing that.
Getting you aroused,
It has
slapping
rights.
my meat
That
around.
meat has rights.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
It has a right to get in my belly.
Me and that meat have a lot in common, I think.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you cut all
I
this
can't
shit.
remember last time I smacked the meat. I just slapped the meat.
This morning.
That's why you were late, no? We didn't have coffee or donuts, so I just figured,
Well, fuck it.
you missed 2 out of 3.
Why not
You
pull one out?
You're not gonna miss 3 out of 3. At least one of those things got slapped.
True. Yeah,
Dude.
This has a lot of fucking fat.
Okay, so did you guys do? No, don't take this the wrong way. Did you guys do brown Christmas?
Yeah, no.
Of course.
I mean,
It's a real thing. You do brown Christmas.
I've done brown Christmas, and my white family did brown Christmas in a way this year. We didn't wait till midnight, of course, because
You guys aren't that brown.
I mean, come on.
Come on, who?
You guys gotta be up.
You're already like, when you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, and you're like, just settle for whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there because you don't want to. We're already now now we're, what do they call that? Appropriating
Culture appropriation.
Christmas traditions. You don't want to go too far, right? Because if we wait till midnight, then it's just like, all right.
It's like you guys are trying too hard.
Could you be more blatantly?
Unless you were at a brown person's house
Well, that's the way I have experienced it because I've done that before too.
been at a brown Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because
I
I
was
forgot.
the guest.
Obviously,
Not of honor, but I was not. It wasn't my Christmas. I mean, it wasn't an impersonation.
you didn't open any presents other than
I
tamales.
did actually.
Tamales don't count.
No.
You were at my brown Christmas a couple years back. Oh no, that was Bravo.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
I
I would have remembered that. No, it was somebody else. I did open presents that time. But what did you guys? Have you guys opened or received anything cool or nice this Christmas so far?
You know what? I haven't even opened anything.
Dude, that's cool though, because that means all your gifts are still ahead of you.
True.
See, mine, the funness and like the joy that you get, it's already wearing off. It's literally Christmas today. It's wearing off.
Damn, I don't know how much I want to make right now, but
This is your meat, dude.
I know. I just want to make sure it comes
You want
out
to give us a little
perfect.
sample size? Then do whatever you think is going to come out the best. Whatever size.
I just didn't realize how much fucking fat there was on this thing.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be any left over, if that's what you're worried about.
I just want to try to get all this this marble off because it makes a difference. And if you don't believe it does,
Try it.
you're gonna try it,
Try it
and
out.
then you're gonna be like, it doesn't taste the way I believe it should, and then
Try it out.
that's when you know that you've made a mistake and you've gone too far. Because another thing is, if you feel it, it's definitely tumorous.
Oh, shit.
It's thick, so you don't want to put that in your body, you know. So you want to cut off.
So don't eat it?
You can eat it.
Okay, but
I
why do you
mean,
hand it to me?
just so you can kind of get a feel of. Oh, nice. I hope that came out on that camera. That'd be sick. Definitely just want to get. I mean, just how you felt it is. Just think about chewing that.
No, yeah. No, I know.
You don't want to chew it. I mean, not that it's dangerous. Tri-tip.
I'm playing the fucking idiot here.
This is tri-tip, by the way. I don't think I fucking.
No, we didn't. talk
I
about
didn't. I
that
didn't
yet.
clear that up.
How many tips does it have, though?
It's actually a triangular cut from sirloin. That's why they call it tri-tip.
Ooh.
And it's
So,
basically.
3 tips.
It's basically like the back of the yeah.
the back of the back.
It's you know, but basically, once we get this all cut up and looking fantastic, we want to get it marinated. So, in our case, we already have this marinated in the fridge because I watch cooking shows and that's how they do it. But with this,
What kind of cooking shows do you watch, dude?
like Rachel Ray, what was that one girl that she got in trouble for saying the N-word? She was like the Martha Stewart.
She was like Martha Stewart?
She was like a Martha Stewart. My cousin was telling me about it last night. Anyways, she's like, my cousin was telling me she's a very southern.
She's on TV?
Yeah, she was. And she's kind of like a bigger woman. And she was like really big. She was always using like a lot of butter, but she got busted or something for saying, or like admitting.
Or the white lady who's southern, right?
Yeah. And she admitted
I don't
like
know.
to a friend,
Yeah.
like she lets
She
the
has
N
her
word
hair's
slip.
Like this short.
Yeah,
kinda like-
blonde. She's
yeah,
kind of big.
yeah.
I guess she's admitted to. My cousin was telling me she admitted to a friend that she lets the N word slip. So and
Lets
then
it
like
slip.
she took a big hit. So
Slipped it
she's
in?
not at a like no just like
slip it in, slip it out, wherever
like in passing of conversation, I guess.
lets it slip. That, AKA, I say the N word when I want to. That's what that means. That's the only translation.
So this is fairly good. You don't feel too much of it. I mean, it's a little marbleized. We could probably take this shit off too, but
Hey, how many times did you wash your hands before you did this?
you're supposed to wash your hands. Don't worry. There's one in the fridge already that I made last night.
Oh, and I'm sure your hands are clean when that happened.
Well, yeah. I didn't think they
Yeah,
had
okay,
to.
yeah, they sound like
Anyways.
super convinced.
So we can cut them like in thinner pieces, but you want to make sure you get at least marinated for at least 8 to 24 hours. You don't want to do more than that. Some people think, oh yeah, like the marinade
Longer the better.
is good. But honestly, if the more you marinate it, the more that the protein fibers in the meat actually break down and it gets mushy.
Yeah,
I don't know
because you're
about
usually
you.
going to marinate it with something acidic or...
Yeah, exactly. And this has like a type of citrus in there anyways.
Yep.
But I don't know about you. I don't think anybody out there likes mushy meat, but you want this nice and firm. That way you can kind of get like...
I try not to discriminate.
Against mushy meat.
Yep. All meat has... what are they? All meat matters?
All meat matters.
Right.
You see that? That's a beautiful marble piece right
Meat
there.
lives matter.
That's
See, this is I like this idea because first of all, you can control everything, the cooking of all the little individual pieces, and it'll get done faster.
Yeah, you see, we're getting like nice thicker cuts. What I have prepared in there is a little thinner, just because I want it to cook faster.
Right. Because you don't want to give us
You
all your
can.
meat.
We're gonna do this on the pan. We're not gonna do it out on the barbecue, just because I know some of my millennial peers out there don't know if the last time their dad replaced the propane tank. So I don't want you to go out there getting all ready and shit and thinking, oh fuck, I can't make this for myself. So we can go ahead and do it on a pan. The pan that we are going to end up using is going to be a ceramic pan. That way it doesn't stick or burn, especially when you have like this sauce. That's what the good thing about having it on a barbecue is once it starts to boil, it'll cook with like its own juices,
Mhm.
And it's gonna be medium rare. Medium rare is the only way
Medium
you should have.
rare.
It's the only way you should have this.
Medium
meat.
rare.
Let me get like a little pan so I can put everything in.
Rest in peace, Johnny Danger.
Johnny Danger.
You guys remember him? The guy
Johnny-
from New Zealand.
No.
He's always doing like he did like crazy stuff on Snapchat. He always do his crazy stuff like on motorcycles and like on the golf course and like always doing a bunch of craziness. And he passed away earlier this year. Kind of sucks. He had started like a brewery or like a beer company. And he was just a goofy dude. He was just one of those people that came up on social media and me and some of my buddies had like created a little bond over it. You know how it is like when you now like with that little Happy Christmas video. Now we'll have that kind of little
Happy Christmas.
where we like share the
Happy
you know what I
Chrysler.
mean. So we would always like say stuff like that. And one of the things he would do is he would say, instead of saying medium rare, he would say medium rare. And like just drag it out and just we'll have to go back and watch some of his videos because he's got a bunch of good stuff. But
Shit.
he was cool. It sucked to learn when he passed because he was
Damn.
I think he was like 27. He's like he's our age.
Damn. So danger lives in his name.
Mm-hmm.
You get like a little bowl, little pan, a little glass tray, whatever. You don't want to start with too much because once you go beyond the point of no return, you're gonna just like douse the.
See, I almost always do this. Just depends on what But when I've cooked before, if I'm gonna like marinate it in something, I'll like get maybe not this because I haven't used this before, although it does smell really good.
You've had this before. I've made it for you before. Right?
Oh, okay. I haven't bought this or used it myself in like when I've cooked before, but I'll get like my sauce and get it in a bowl and like get other seasonings or whatever kind of stuff I think is gonna sound good. Which usually just the more stuff you add, the better.
Yeah. Always.
And get it all in there and then mix it up and then make my own sauce and then marinate the shit in it instead of just like going for it.
Well, yeah, because this one you got to kind of like get your hands dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because you're going to put it in there and then cook it.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, since we're going to marinate it, this has to sit. So you want to kind of get these in there, get them nice and
Juiced?
get them, yeah, nice and tossed. You want to make sure like you mix the rosemary in there. I don't have any time.
So good.
I know, and it's still raw, daddy.
Fuck.
God damn it.
So you want to just at least get enough pieces in there to where like all the juice starts to disappear.
Right.
And then
okay, I like that idea.
because you, like I said, you don't want to make it look like it's sitting in it, because then like
That's
what I
too
talk
much.
about, you get that fibers that break
Yeah,
down.
you want it to be soaked in there and just let
Yeah.
it sit.
Because then it becomes mushy, and then when you go and try to like cook it,
Yeah, you're
it'll
right,
cook
dude.
a lot
Nobody wants mushy meat.
Nobody does.
Everybody's trying to avoid the mushy meat as
you're trying
often as
to
possible.
get it pushed in there. What?
Right, get it juiced up,
Nice and thick.
juiced on.
Juiced on. So you see if you can get like if you want to come in here, Brian, see how when I started it had like a really heavy, thick consistency.
I feel like I shouldn't like watching you do that as much as I do.
It's definitely a
There's like
spectator sport.
There's something biological about
Like, You
this.
see, once you spread it apart, you don't see too much of that sauce anymore
Mhm.
because the meat has already absorbed the juice. So you kind of just keep turning, tossing. You also want to work your fingers into. I don't have enough rosemary because you can still smell. You can still smell kind of like the vinegar that the sauce kind of has, and it's very strong. So by doing this, you can kind of get that fresh kill from the farm smell and taste. That way,
But is it gluten free?
it is gluten free, and it's also good if you're a struggling vegan like myself. Also, being a bad Christian, you can practice veganism and still eat meat. I don't like how people are really,
This sauce isn't gluten free.
It has to be gluten.
There's definitely gluten in this.
How can there be gluten? Gluten only comes from
Soy sauce, water, wheat, soybeans.
wheat. Oh, you're right. There
Yep.
it is. Sorry,
Honestly.
my bad. So
Not to burst anybody's gluten bubble or anything.
that's what it should look like. Like I said, you don't want to put too much.
So we get to eat that?
Yeah, I mean we can.
Now?
Yeah, like right now we can do it. Anyways, so once we get this going, you're gonna go ahead and you let this sit for about 8 hours. You can cover it. You don't have to cover it. It's your life, but it's best to cover it just so
Cover
that
it.
whatever you got going on in your fridge. If you only have baking soda and like
It's gonna
some
soak it up,
cockroaches,
bud.
yeah, you're gonna
It's
want to
gonna
make sure
soak it up, bud.
no
You just
other-
got your fridge filled with Gatorade. It's gonna soak it up, bud.
You just want to make sure no other smells or anything else that's in the fridge that's open can get in this, because you're just gonna take away from everything that you're doing, and it's pointless, and you threw 8 hours away or to 24. But if you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, it's been 26 hours, it's not gonna kill you. But like, don't let this shit sit. For
27
like 3
hours, you're fucking dead.
3 days is gonna kill you. So, but your boy,
Love it. Wow, Areo, how'd you do that so fast?
You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We're definitely gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
Jeepers, mister. That was fast. That was some pretty fast meat.
So if you look at it, you see how there's like some discoloration in there. That's just a lot of the fat that's coming off of all the meat that's been sitting there.
Okay.
And I see it's a little darker. That's how
You
you
got
know.
you got
Look
wider,
look
thinner
the,
streak.
Look at the comparison to the meat. That means that shit is ready to go.
Ready.
It's redder. DJ Ready. That'd be a sick ass name too.
DJ Sparkles.
See.
Oh no, I came up with a new rap name yesterday, you guys.
What was that?
Lil Chores.
Lil Chores.
Yeah. Because you gotta do me. What?
Well then, are
I
you?
said it
Are
to
you
Brian. He fucking shook his head at me.
like, would that mean that you're little then?
Lil Chores.
But that means you gotta do you. So it's like he's
Here's
a
the
little
thing.
chore.
Yeah, like sweep the kitchen.
Okay, but like
Not like to pick up the dog shit.
I understand, but if you're just calling yourself little,
No, it's one of those things in rap now. Even when you're not, it used to be like you have to be Lil to be Lil, right? Lil Bow
or
Wow.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. He was Lil, and he still is. But he was Lil when he got his name. He was like 14 or whatever, maybe younger.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things now. Like you're just Lil. You just throw Lil on there.
All right. I mean, I don't know. I'm not big into rap. You know, I got bills.
I
to
can
pay, but
fucking
whatever.
tell. Jeez, it's hurting my fucking brain.
Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and throw this on the grill.
Wow, jeepers, mister. That looks tasty.
Like I said, I like to use a ceramic pan. That way, nothing gets stuck.
I wonder what that clanging is gonna sound like.
It's gonna sound fantastic. Good old Samsung stovetop.
What? Samsung stovetop?
Yeah, I got a whole Samsung kitchen.
But it's not electric, though.
But you know what? It does have Wi-Fi.
Your stove has Wi-Fi.
My stove has Wi-Fi.
So you can burn your house down when you're not
No,
here?
if this, okay, so my roof didn't have there wasn't enough space or whatever to
Right.
put the duct that I wanted. But
Right.
if this was Samsung, this has Bluetooth. So when this turns on and it gets like a lot of smoke starts to come up,
It just
the
turns on
Bluetooth-
automatically?
Yeah, it'll turn on automatically, which is
Wow.
pretty cool. Yeah. So super unnecessary, but I thought,
Very,
hey, you
very
know what?
unnecessary.
What a time to be alive.
Gotta have a Bluetooth. What is that, hood?
Hood range, yeah.
Yeah.
But this one's not. It's fucking whatever. It's a cafe style hood range.
Your cafe.
And then the cool thing about this too, this was electric or still is, like fully electric. And if I'm like on my way home, I can like set the stove to like pre-warm. So like
Wow,
I can get it
okay.
going.
See, that's the kind of stuff I can... I
Stand by.
like obviously the concept. I just have a real hard time talking to my technology still.
True.
Like, hey, phone, do this thing for me.
So
Yep,
really,
got it.
so another thing you can do while you get this going, you want to get the pan obviously to get a little preheated. You don't want to just throw it on there prematurely. You could throw butter on there. You don't have to because it's ceramic. It's gonna kind of slide on its own. It's gonna do its own lubrication, I guess you can call it. But there's enough oil that's inside that sauce so that it'll kind of do it on its own. If depending on the size that you cut it, you can flash cook it. So you can either let it when it's something as thin as this. You probably want it like maybe a minute to 2 minutes each side. If it's a little thicker, you want to do probably like 3 to 4 minutes each side, just depending if you like it or not. So we'll go ahead, throw a couple pieces on there. Hear that? It's the sound of happiness.
I'm gonna come over there and get a look at that.
Come check it out.
Wow.
You see, as soon as you turn it over,
Oh yeah.
it's already browning.
Right in there.
This is what you want to call like a flash cook. That way you can still get that blood. It's thin enough. So we don't have to wait too long.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, this thin cut would be great with some eggs, but Brian would probably die on contact. So we'll just keep it with
It's tough
I want
sacrifice
a
to
few
make.
more years.
just a couple.
Eggs or Brian, I know eggs is the logical choice, but
But you know what?
Brian's already here. So.
Yeah, and that's our boy. So if not, who'd hold that camera?
Very true.
The eggs can't do it. I tried already one time.
You know, just like any party, too much meat is never a bad thing.
Yeah, no such thing as leftover meat. That's what I always say.
Never.
No.
Especially when you throw all these on the grill, you see how all the sauces and the oils are starting to come out.
Yep.
You know, it's a team effort. You know, teamwork makes the dream work. So they're
Yep.
helping each other cook each other.
You get to slow it down a little bit too by putting them all on there.
Yeah, and you probably want it like, I mean, you can probably see from the camera here, in between like a medium and high, because you want it slow enough to where you see how it starts to cook itself.
Yeah.
But you also don't want it too fast to the point where you're burning everything off the
first
second.
ones too.
Yeah, the second that you throw it on there. So we'll leave that for a second. We could probably cover it up for a minute. That way, we can kind of speed up the process a little bit. And then we can jump right into it. We'll take some small cuts. We're gonna do it bloody because if you've never had it bloody, you've never had it.
You know it's always nice when it's bloody and let you put in the rumper.
What? Yep.
That's
I heard that.
That's teamwork.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to use it.
All right, so it's already looking pretty juiced. So you're going from like a gray to like a light brown.
What I always try and do.
That and that's when you want to. You can see that there's a few more pieces more ready than the others because I was throwing them on at different times. So what we can do is we can cut one piece up. And here's another trick. It's just a guide. If you get your finger here, okay, you feel that's rare, like medium rare. You go here, it's rare. So the toughness of the inside of your palm is where you can kind of gauge without cutting it open to see exactly where the meat's at in its process. So if you can look at it visually and see where it's kind of tough, you're at that medium rare, not rare 100%. If you can't tell by color, especially when you're flash cooking them like this, because like these right here aren't 100%, they're still a little bloody.
But they don't look that much different.
Yeah, they don't. But I mean, as soon as you do it, they're really, really, especially this. You see how really soft that is?
Yeah.
That's fucking still not 100%. So what we can do is we can turn down the heat so that we can cut this piece up and kind of enjoy this for a second. And then we want to grab a nice little cutter here. So let's work our way over to the chopping block. If you want to jump on your mic so you can get your beautiful reactions.
Get in there.
See how it's still a little pink. Might want to turn down the heat so it doesn't overcook.
Love it. We're gonna do it.
Go ahead. No, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't know if I should wait for you guys.
No, that's all you. Yeah. And then you see that you still got a nice little red tint to it.
What are you guys gonna eat?
Like cut a little piece for you, Brad.
Yeah, definitely.
See that? That's it right there. That's love.
Yep. I don't know if I would eat it like this all the time because I think it would take away from the specialness.
Yeah, no, you definitely. And then another thing is the price point of this meat doesn't allow you to have it all the time. I mean, it's good, but like for like 2 pounds, it's like $12. So
yeah,
it's not a whole lot.
My shit's 2 pounds.
But it's a lot.
He does that for free.
Get you another piece here, Brian. But yeah, that's
Did you eat some, dude?
I have not, but I know what it tastes like. Yeah, that's what medium rare is. Oh. So you have about an 1/8 inch cooked all the way around through the meat. Right now, it's probably going to be a little more cooked because we've left it on there for a minute. So I'll grab the rest of that.
I always think it's funny how like people make fun of like, you know, those memes. It's like before and after she eats.
Yeah.
Or like the chihuahuas.
Because when you see a girl dancing when she's eating, you just know. Yeah. It's funny, but honest, I do that sometimes too. It's fucking hilarious. I mean, everybody does.
Play it cool, but I'm dancing.
Dude, sometimes you just gotta get in there.
Yeah.
My favorite part about this is like just looking at it is you can see all the little leaves.
The rosemary?
The rosemary, yeah. Mm-hmm. But like all the little leaves just make it like that much more gorgeous. Everything I'm dripping on here is like the caramelized sauce and blood.
Blood sauce.
Blood gives it the flavor. If you don't believe that, then
blood sauce.
Yeah. Go back to school. You need to get a education and learn something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's basically my meat. It's hot, it's fresh, it's steaming. I mean,
Jeepers, mister, that tastes great.
We can keep bullshitting, but you know, if you're ready to go try this on your own,
who's bullshitting?
Nobody. Shit, I'm ready to eat.
We're out.
Yeah, if you're ready to try this on your own, if you didn't come hungry, that's okay, as long as you came. next time we'll probably do another special on meat because I mean we're males and that's really
Meat
all our
special, dude.
consistent- The meat
Dude,
special.
the meat
That's what our that's what
special,
my
dude.
diet consists of is meat. You can see I've gotten a little thick, and meat's been the big contributor to it.
Let me know if you want me to trim the fat off, dude.
Well, let's get into it. Thank you guys again, and we'll see you next time. Go ahead, Cody. Don't be shy.
I would slap somebody for that probably once.
What?
I would slap someone off their feet for it.
For what? For this?
Yeah. Like, just walk up to them, just like power step, and WWE slap them right across their fucking face. Knock them off their feet and take their meat and run away. And it'd be, man, it would be such a good meal. After all that hard work.
Go ahead, boys. Kill it.
Are you done with that pan?
Yeah, why are you gonna dip it in there?
No, I was gonna make eggs in there.
Oh yeah, I'll make some eggs. You know what? We can get some more footage. I'm gonna show you how to make my balsamic eggs.
Balsamic?
Balsamic.
Balsamic.
What? Let's kill this meat.
Oh, dude, that's even cuter than... Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I'll use the brown ones, so we look like organic and shit.
There you go.
So what's the difference between the brown and the white?
The white, they paint the white ones.
They paint them?
Yeah. All eggs come out brown. There are no eggs in
Some of
nature.
them come out like bluish.
Yeah, even like lighter. A lot of
I know, because
duck eggs.
It's not a big deal.
duck
No,
eggs
not
come
big.
out. No, duck eggs come out blue.
Yeah.
Like a lot of exotic birds come out in different colors like that. It's
I don't
chickens.
know. Are ducks exotic birds? I don't think they are.
I think it's more exotic than the most.
Ducks?
Yeah.
I think it's like an exotic food.
When's the last time you seen a duck?
Yeah, I see ducks all the time.
When?
When I go to the duck farm, dude.
So there's a dedicated place to go see them. That makes them exotic.
No. Oh, okay. Well, that's a good argument, but I just don't think ducks are exotic birds.
I mean, they're not common. They're not that common.
Yeah, I think maybe that. No, dude. Is a goose an exotic bird?
No, but it's still
yeah,
uncommon.
I don't think.
Okay. Well, I would say compared to a chicken, if a chicken's considered a bird,
Well,
and
that's
relative to a chicken, it's exotic.
I think it has a lot to do with your experience because chicken's more common than duck. As far as like
Yeah,
around people and stuff, people have ducks as pets usually.
I love how you guys are
I had
having
this pets.
an over 5-minute conversation about ducks and exotic, if they're exotic or not.
Dude,
This definitely
as
has
soon
to
as I
come out.
graduated school, all my I just don't have any priorities anymore.
That's
So,
not recording.
I want to spend as much time talking about fucking ducks, mallards, and any other kind of
Mallard.
fucking.
That's my cousin's favorite duck, dude.
Mallard is
Mallard.
mallard is like is like they're all ducks are mallards.
That's the brown one with the white stripe, right?
No, it's all ducks are mallards. A mallard is like the type of bird, like what kind of monkeys are like a gorilla is an ape, right? A gorilla is like the actual kind, but an ape is like encompassing of a few different kinds of monkey.
Yeah.
Mallard is all the ducks are mallards,
Wow.
So like chimpanzee and monkey.
and they're not exotic,
Because chimpanzee falls under monkey, but chimpanzee is a type of monkey.
right? And then
But it's not an ape.
right,
But
exactly,
it's a primate because primate is the overarching.
Yeah. right, and then monkey's like right under that.
You know what's funny? I just saw yesterday. I watched Planet of the Apes, the first one with James Franco, and then I went to my mom's for Brown Christmas, and the third one was on, but the second one's my favorite. So I was like, "Fucking damn it! I'm gonna watch that today."
Happy Christmas to me.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, boys. This will probably air in January. So if you're watching this, we're already dead.
We're dead.
It's not like a. It's not bad. It's not like a.
No, it's
You
just
know,
something
should I
Trust me.
I do chemo? Should I not do chemo? It's not like that.
Shit.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
man.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, hey man.
It's not super serious. It is for me because I care about my life,
Yeah. Damn.
but it's not like life or death type shit.
Well,
No,
On
so-
that note.
you can't make an omelet without cracking a few eggs. And in that segue, we'll get started on these balsamic eggs. If you don't know what balsamic is, you're okay. You're not alone. No one does. Where the fuck is my balsamic, dude? Oh, it's right here. Balsamic vinegar. It's usually used in Italian restaurants for bruschetta. You use it like on bread and stuff. They absorb it really well. But if you put it in your eggs, god damn it, it's so good. God damn it, it's so good. So we'll jump that. I should have had the stove going.
File that under things I would have never ever thought to try.
And you know what? I'm such a fusion chef myself to where
What kind of fusion? Like Ford?
worse. No, I get different types of food that should not belong together, and I put them together.
And
Like honestly, in 100 years, would you ever thought of fucking throwing teriyaki sauce with rosemary?
I can't say that I would have.
You wouldn't have, right? But neither would I. And
Can't say that I wouldn't have, but I can't say that I would
It was
have.
one of those things where like I moved in and I was like, okay, what do I got? And then the old lady that lived here had rosemary. You know what? Honestly, I don't even think she had rosemary. I just thought it was a good smelling plant and I threw it on there.
And now it tastes good.
And now it tastes good. And I'm guessing it was rosemary.
Yeah,
So-
maybe your insides are infested with E. coli, but it doesn't
Hey,
matter.
You know what? It's probably how I got to the
It tastes
belly.
great.